we call? Okay, we are calling.
Hey, fellas. Today is May 25th, 2021, and we are back to talk the usual sports, betting, etc. Decent amount of stuff happening. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about, but first, let's talk, how are you?
Hey, man, I'm okay. The Wild did win last night.
Let's go.
Boy, that was a late game.
That
I
was
was
a
up till
late
about
game.
1:30 watching that. The Oilers and Jets went even later, and the Jets did finish them off in the third overtime to sweep that series.
That Wild game was insane. There was about 15 times where the entire Golden Knights team was on top of the net, and I swear that puck went in.
Dude, that game, We had one shot in second period compared to Vegas Knights 22.
What, you scored 3 on what, 15 or something?
We scored 3 on 5 to start the game.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then didn't score again, but barely didn't shoot again. I don't know how the Wild managed to win that game. I don't know how the Oilers managed to get swept. Honestly,
Yeah, that's insane too.
That's pretty ridiculous. The Wild have given themselves a sliver of hope again. Back to Game 6, going back at home where they are better. They've stolen 2 in Vegas now. They've beaten the Vegas Golden Knights twice in Vegas, but dropped both home games, so we're still behind in the series. It's fine. NBA yesterday, the Bucks slaughter. Honestly, both games were pretty malicious. The Bucks absolutely slaughter the Heat. VIP had Bucks -4.5, free play of the day. And then we hit the over in the Nuggets and Trailblazers game as the Nuggets demolished the Trailblazers as well. Definitely did not see that one. I kind of felt like a blowout was coming. I just didn't know which team it was coming for in that second game. But boy, Jokic played well. Dame played out of his mind until little Gordon got on him in the second half, and then
dude, he was a little pest. He was getting really under CJ's
did shut down. Yep.
I think, I don't know, dude. I saw the turning point in that game, dude. CJ was going really nice in the first half as well. Not going off like Dame was, but he had some really nice drives, 1-3, and then second half, you just saw he was a step behind. He was shaking up a little bit. That was a big move. I think that
Eric Gordon apparently at halftime said, "Let me cover him. Like, I've got him." And boy, did he wasn't kidding.
He did cover him.
I don't know what the necessary split was between the first half and the second half, but I can tell you that Dame looked like he wasn't going to miss a shot in the first half. I think he was 8 for 11 from 3.
He was 8 for 12, I think, by the end of the half.
12. Good.
And I think the whole team was 10 for 21 or something, which is hilarious. So he was 8 of those and 12 in the miss. Insane.
Good Lord. That's some scary stuff.
Yeah,
because he really was shooting from everywhere. Like, he was pulling up from the logo, draining it over someone's face, draining it. It was like, is this dude gonna miss this game?
Now, here's the thing that I think is kind of interesting. As far as like a player who's just downright nasty and almost just pulls off impossible shots, I think it's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at, besides just like pure 3 shooting, just like fuck you 3 shooting, you know? Just like from the logo, just like whatever you want. It's him and Trey. And I guess James Harden when he wants to. But I feel like he doesn't even want to that much anymore. He goes for
it's like Dame
Harden goes for those high efficiency ones. It's not
he's like, if Dame starts out the game like 0-3 from 3-point, you won't see him shoot from the rest of the game from deep. But if he starts the game like 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 from 3, and like he's feeling himself, he'll just start pulling up from logo. He's like, I'm hot, like I'll just keep doing it. And hey, like he's not wrong for doing it. If you're shooting anywhere near 35% from 3 from the logo, take it. I think. Like, fucking take it. Like, why not? Unless you have like a play set up and you see like a mismatch or something. Shit, take it, dude. Like, who cares? You're going to shoot that well from that deep, and no one's covering you ever, because no one's ever going to play defense at you in a fucking logo, because you're Dame. Like, all right, take it.
They will play now they will. Now they will.
What else do we... Sports yesterday. WNBA, Sabrina Ionescu. MVP. Oh God, I don't know how to say her last name. I hear it every single time, and I still say it wrong.
Whatever it is, she is the MVP of the league.
Ionescu. She was having not an incredible game. By the way, if you're not watching the WNBA, I understand that there's a skill gap, but the WNBA is actually really fun to watch because of the skill gap, because they can't dunk, because they're 5 feet underneath the rim rather than a foot underneath the rim.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of exciting. And that Sabrina girl can fucking ball out of her mind. She wasn't having a great game yesterday. Was still killing it on the boards. Had a couple assists, and then The Liberty, the kind of a back and forth game. Liberty was up a little bit. Dallas came back, and then Sabrina scored 8 points in a matter of 90 seconds and just took the game in control, and there was no turning back. Like, she just stealing the ball, laying it up, and ones, rebounds. Like, she just, for a 2-minute span, she literally just took the game and was like, yeah, this is my game now. Not to mention, she's a rookie. She's a rookie, by the way.
Rookie of the year, MVP.
Like 21 years old.
First.
And fellas, VIP goes 9-1 on the season for WNBA. 9-1.
What else do you want here? I
don't know much.
You don't want to watch it? Just make money. Like, come on.
It's worth VIP just for the WNBA, let alone the other sports that were just hitting at 60% clips. Like, come on. It's literally worth it itself for the WNBA.
And I think the best reason is we don't even know why, which means you can't mess it up.
I'm the most unbiased WNBA better ever because it's my first season and I don't know exactly what's going on, so I'm just studying what I normally study, and it's fucking working.
Just calling it like it is 9 times out of 10.
And Sabrina's the GOAT. Like,
yeah,
I don't
MVP,
care.
Rookie of the Year, already youngest player in WNBA history to record a triple-double. First time in Liberty history to record a triple-double.
By the way, the Liberty had 2 wins last season. They are now 5-1.
Ballin'.
2 wins last season.
She's like, I don't know what's comparable.
She's just good. I don't know. And she's cocky, and I love it, and she's just a baller.
She's so cocky, dude.
She is cocky.
It is fantastic. It's great.
I mean, if you're like the greatest WNBA player and you're like 21 years old, I'd probably
go for it.
Well, I'd probably talk my little rah-rah too. And then baseball yesterday. The White Sox took that lefty pitcher and went, bah! Just like we called. You don't put a lefty pitcher on the mound against the White Sox. You're going to get crunched every time.
Someone's got to learn. Just kidding. I hope they never learn so we can keep cha-ching. Wow. Dinger, dinger, dinger.
White Sox against lefties. You know what's funny too is I'm pretty sure they scored their runs on the bullpen, not actually on the lefty. But it doesn't matter because they won 5-1 anyways, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They won 5-1. It doesn't matter. The Orioles do in fact come back late against the Twins, only to get fucking railed in the bottom of the 8th. And the Mets and the Rockies won their 3rd game on the road. They are now 3-17 on the road rather than 2-17 on the road against the Mets.
Wow.
I don't think. The Brewers do upset the Padres, but apparently that wasn't that much of an upset because Manny Machado and a couple other players were out. Baseball sucks, dude. Corrupt, cheaters. Can't predict what's gonna happen. Makes me mad.
I think we should file a grievance with the MLB. Say you're affecting our bets with your
cheats.
Yeah, with your absolute
cheat codes.
Disregard of the integrity of the sport and the people who bet on it.
Yeah.
And if I knew I was betting on a pine tar, boy, I won't be doing that. I wonder what if you. All right, we should look into getting finding someone in the pine tar industry. And trying to find out
pine tar in our fingers.
No, dude, that won't help us. That'll just get us stuck to everything. We find out who's getting it though, and just put mad money on no hitters for him.
True.
Find the supplier, find the dealer. What's pine tar's actual use?
I think it's actually pine tar is used for
it's like sap.
Wheels. It's wheels, tires.
Oh.
The people, I think you put pine
you put on the inside?
Yeah, I think racers actually put pine tar on their wheels, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
some kind of racing sport puts pine tar on their wheels or something because it gives it extra grip or something. I don't know. But I know pine tar has a gripping use. And that's why players are using it for their fingers because it's obviously giving them extra grip.
Yeah, apparently you don't need a pine tar dealer. Apparently Amazon's a pine tar dealer, so I'll take that back. But
the MLB needs to ban Amazon.
Okay, so it's the high temperature of carbonization of pine wood and anoxic conditions.
And
Askilibapu pine tar.
Pine tar makes it easier.
It's a long it's in roofing, construction, soap, treatment of skin disease. Wow, that could be. Hey, that's a good excuse.
Hey man, they're just helping. Hey, yeah.
Any MLB pitchers listening, bro?
I got problems with my hands, bro. My skin. I'm just trying to help them out. I would believe it. I'd be like, hey man, sorry for disregarding your skincare. That's my bad.
Oh, did you know they put it on the bat?
Yeah. Is that illegal?
It is legal. You can put it on the lower
grip.
Yeah, you can put it on the
grip,
lower
for hits,
18 inches of a bat.
So you're telling me batters can use pine tar, but pitchers can't? Come on. This seems like a separated league here.
Just saying.
Batters versus the pitchers. Hey man, I'm here for it. The more corruption, the better. It's entertaining the game.
Yeah, it's like 5D intergalactic brain chess.
Yeah,
baseball.
Like that.
Ball.
All right. Enough of talking about yesterday.
I want to get into some somethings.
What do we have some news for today? Speaking of yesterday, right as we were wrapping up the show, we actually came back. We actually left the show and then put it back on real quick for the breaking news. Julio do be running his mouth in public.
I am watching it back. I'm 100% sure he didn't know he was live.
There's no way.
And
one, I don't know if he cares. I don't know if he cares. I think he's said enough. He already openly requested a trade from the Atlanta Falcons. But Shannon Sharp, you probably should have said something.
Here, let's
watch
anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, we got the clip for you.
Let's watch the little clip back.
This is undisputed yesterday. Shannon Sharp is giving his boy Julio a call. I hope he doesn't say anything controversial.
You watching, Julio?
Really hope he answers here.
Julio, have the guts to pick up the phone.
What's happening?
Yeah.
All right.
Julio. Hold on. Let me put you on. Can you hear me?
I got you. This is your favorite uncle. What's going on, bro?
Man, nothing much. About to go meet up with
See,
my
this is where you should be going like, hey,
Man,
by the way, you're
look.
on live television.
You want to go to the Cowboys, Julio? Or you want to stay in Atlanta?
Oh, man, nah, I'm out of there, man.
You out
He's out of there.
of there? Are you going to... Ideally, where would you like to go?
Face when he says it, he goes,
Right now, I'm just, I want to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't go to Dallas. If you go to, you ain't winning in Dallas,
"Oh,
Julio.
shout out for Shannon, telling the truth. You aren't winning down there."
Man, you already know, I know.
Okay.
Can you remind him we're on television
Ask
right
him
now?
why he wore the Dallas.
Listen. You know how people is, man, with all that going
Right.
on with the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff like that.
Okay.
Man, I ain't never been on that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's good enough. Julio, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for calling me back. We on air, but I appreciate you calling me, dog. You know I know my nephew was going to pick up.
So, yeah. That's
He says we are on air at the very end.
very end.
At the very, very
And you can,
end.
and Julio really doesn't say anything after. He's just
No.
kind of like, oh.
And do you hear the lady go, you should tell
Can
them
you
that
tell?
we're live.
You should probably tell
you
them
should
that we're
probably tell them
live. Well,
Man.
she was probably worried about him being like, nah, man, fuck the Falcons. Fuck the
Yeah.
Dirty Birds or
Yeah.
some shit. Like, that's what I'd be worried for,
Well,
is
plus-
him just like mouthing off again about the Atlanta Falcons or some
Oh,
shit.
man. Yeah, it could have been worse.
It
but,
could have
like,
been worse.
There's a reason you've never heard a player go, man, I'm out of there, man.
Yeah.
And Julio's not that guy. Julio's not like the diva type dude to try to come out there and cause a
No,
problem
definitely
on.
not. And
Like,
like,
I don't think
he's-
he would have done that.
To be fair, Julio could have been a real nuisance during this whole process. He could be
He could have
very
been a nuisance
outspoken
his
and been
entire
like,
career, you know?
been like, oh, the Fal blah blah blah. But no, he just went to the Falcons, openly requested a trade. Just, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. Can you just trade me out? He's not been a dickhead about it.
Yeah, that's
He's
the thing.
not said it. He
He's
hasn't
done
said anything about management. He hasn't said anything shit. Like, so that's why in that, like, if that's a different player, if that's a, I'm trying to think of who, if that's like a Richard Sherman or something, and he gets called during Undisputed, and then he says that shit. I'm like, all right, that's either
he's
planned
cool with
or
that.
he
He's cool
wanted
with-
him to
yeah,
be like,
exactly.
like whatever. But that Julio mouthing off, not really mouthing off, but Julio mouthing off on live television, that if that was planned, that hey, Undisputed's got to go up in the
Yeah.
ratings a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was a hell of a little
Yeah.
thing you had there. But hey, good for Julio. Like he deserves to be out of there. He deserves to go somewhere who wins.
That's the thing. Julio's almost like he's
But man,
almost
there's
treated
no way
like
he
a.
knew.
No, there's no way. He's
There's
almost
no
like
way
a
he knew it was on
mythical.
live television.
He's like a mythical creature, dude. Like I feel like that's one of the first times I've even heard his voice, and like,
Mhm.
and I just
No,
think,
when he was talking, I was like, "Oh, that's what Julio sounds
Yeah, right?
like."
and the fact that I've never heard him speak, and he's for ease of talking, he's the best wide receiver in the NFL.
yeah, he top 5. Well,
Yeah, but and whenever you
easily.
hear anyone, especially receivers or quarterbacks in the league, he's to the level where it's if you're gonna have a conversation about wide receivers, you have to start with besides Julio. Like he is just this
Yeah.
guy who's on another plane, and he just does not. And I've never heard his voice before.
Yeah, no.
And so that was, I think, it was very surprising for a lot of people to hear him come out and go,
Yeah,
"Nah,
he's
I'm
not
out of
even-
there, man. I'm out of
I-
there, man."
I think I've heard him like very few times talk, and it's just about like when him and Jalen Ramsey had some beef, or him and Xavier Rhodes,
Oh,
and he's like, "Man, I just kind of do my thing. Like I just like, nah, I'm not really into that all stuff." So
that's what
yeah.
he does.
Where does Julio go? We talked about this yesterday briefly. There is really not one team. I mean, there's teams that can't afford him, teams that probably don't need him, but I don't think there's one team in the league that couldn't use Julio Jones and make it work. Now, there's probably 3 teams with wide receiving cores that honestly probably couldn't handle Julio right now, and I would think it'd be the Bucks. Seattle really doesn't. I mean, Seattle kind of has a Julio already.
Yeah, I
would think in DK,
yeah.
and not like to the skill level, but the same playing style. And then the Vikings, who have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
and a
I
couple
think
others.
I think
But
there's a
I
couple
still-
more teams that not necessarily that Julio wouldn't make them better. Julio will make every team in the NFL better, like
Yes,
you said.
easily. Yep.
But that don't desperately need him. I think the 3 you just said, and I think also Arizona's probably set.
Yeah, that'd be tough to have Julio and DeAndre on the same team.
D Hop and who they got someone else too.
I mean, they got
Besides
Fitz
Larry.
and, Christian Kirk. Is he still
yeah,
there?
yeah.
And then they always have one speedy guy. They kind of rotate their speedy guys.
No, wait. Who did they pick up?
They have Isabella. They have they had John Brown or
AJ Green. They got AJ Green.
oh, that's right. They have
That's
AJ
who it
now.
was.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God,
so
that's
they're
right,
they're
they have
solid.
AJ now.
And then I think
Yeah, they're
also
fine.
Cleveland would probably be okay with Odell and Jarvis.
Yeah.
As far
But
as
I
teams,
could easily see them dealing like Jarvis for Julio and something
Yeah.
else though.
Yeah, it also depends on the trade, you know.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
who's
the other
involved.
part too is there's no way that Atlanta's not taking a wide receiver back.
Yeah.
You can't just get rid of Julio when you only have Ridley basically as your option.
You also have to consider
If-
how badly he wants to play for a winner. Because
It
he could
sounds like
say
he's not going to a loser.
he could say, I'm going to the Chiefs. They can pay me whatever. I've made my money. I want a ring. He could say the same thing for the Chiefs.
Yep.
Probably
To be fair, the
couldn't
Chiefs could
even-
use him. The Chiefs
they
could
could
use
use him because Tyreek is a completely different player than him. Might as well be a different position.
They
They're
don't
not the
have
same
a
guy.
Julio style
don't have
wide
that guy.
receiver.
But it seems like
Besides Kelsey,
so.
honestly.
So the odds right now.
Yeah, what are
Well,
the
I
odds
don't.
in-
I don't think these seem right at all. This is on DraftKings though, but man, these seem insane. I guess
Who's number one?
I'm a little shocked by the fact that the Titans have it at -700. I feel like that's got to be a mistake, because if
Whoa.
there is a trade destination that is -700, that should be written out and just waiting to be signed. Like what the heck?
Yeah, that should be like Adam Schefter's like, oh, Julio's probably going to sign with.
Now I will say, If the Titans get Julio, I'm immediately putting a bet on them to win the Super Bowl.
Think so.
Yeah, because I mean, look, like Corey Davis. Corey Davis
that wide
is good.
receiving core would be fucking nuts. AJ Brown, Corey Davis.
But Corey Davis is gone. Johnny
he is
Smith
now.
is gone. They only have AJ Brown left. And
Also, they
AJ Brown
need him.
is good, but Tannehill can play. As long as Derrick Henry is keeping the defense honest, and as long as his receivers can get open, he will put up, now I won't say top 5 quarterback, I know that's going to get people mad, but he will put up top 5 numbers at least. And if you have Julio on that team, immediate contenders. Oh, they're already contenders in my, but they're even more so.
Is Taylor Lewan back? Like, is he going to be back?
Yeah, I think he should be fully. Yeah,
That's
that
a
was
huge. That's a
that was like
huge,
week 1,
huge,
week 2 when he got
yes.
hit, so he should be.
That is a huge piece coming back for the Tennessee Titans.
Now, see, then they have the Ravens at -600. I don't know how you have a team at -7 and -6 unless it's like. I don't know who's taking any bet at like this at -700 either. And then I don't know.
So what's like the third then? Just like plus 18,000?
It looks like the third would be the Pats at +500. I don't know. This seems right. This seems wrong.
Weird.
Well, let me
That's
find maybe.
That's a very interesting location. The Patriots.
Yeah,
I
I
could
think
easily
that
see
makes
that
a lot
happening.
of sense.
I just don't know if he would go there for wins though.
Well,
Like, does he think that if he goes to the Patriots that they're contenders?
They're a completely different team this year. I mean, you're taking a bet, you know. You're putting money on the fact that Bill just didn't have any guys last year, and that we're going back to the Patriots. Because I could
If I'm Julio, I'm looking at Baltimore or Tennessee and like licking my lips. I'd be
I
like,
wouldn't go to
"Holy
Baltimore,
shit."
man. I wouldn't go to Baltimore, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
someone that can't throw the ball as accurate.
I mean, he can throw. I just think that team. I think the team's slowly coming out of its window, and people don't want to address it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like every year the offense lose a couple pieces, and I don't really see who they're gaining. I don't. It's
they need
just,
some wide receivers.
They need
dude.
some wide
They need to stop
receivers.
signing fucking Lamar's high school buddies from high school.
All right, here's action on the odds. Okay, these make a lot more sense. So this is the next place that he'll take a snap for. So see, okay, this makes a lot more sense. The favorite is the Falcons at +300.
Okay.
Then the Pats at +450, Titans at +5, Chargers 550, Colts at 6, Ravens 7, 49ers 7,
Colts.
Packers at 11.
Oh, I totally forgot about the Colts. They could use him too. They could really use. Can they afford him? That's the other part of this too. Is like it's one thing if you could fit Julio into your scheme, like if you could use him, which I think most people can. But affording Julio is a whole different story. That cuts out a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Because that contract is going to be massive.
Let's kick to a quick break, and then we'll come back and do some more of the fun little news stuff going on because we got a lot of neat stuff to talk about.
We got some hatred in golf.
Oh
some
yeah,
hatred
we'll come
in
back
golf.
to that. All right, we'll be right back, fellas. Hey, fellas, we are back.
Some technical difficulties during the show.
Not technical, just physical.
Physical difficulties.
So you want to get into that
Golf
golf?
hatred.
You want to get into that golf?
Golf hatred, yes. So this past weekend, we had the PGA Championship. Phil Mickelson, lefty, Mr. Lefty himself, becomes the oldest person to win a golf major at 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days. Almost
That's
51
old.
years old. His odds to win the championship, the PGA Championship, was plus 200,000, which, just to give you a little bit of a grasp on how big of odds that actually is, the odds for a Jets versus Lions Super Bowl, which is probably the least possible Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls, is plus 180,000 right now. So Phil, there was a better chance for a Lions versus Jets Super Bowl than there was for Phil Mickelson to win that tournament, which he won by
Crazy.
2 or 3 strokes.
Crazy.
So, hey, go Phil. Boy, Phil. He deserves it. Phil is a great golfer, great guy.
Go anyone that happened to bet on him. That's pretty sick for you.
Yeah, good for you. Really cool scene. Like on the last hole, he has the whole crowd following him. Everyone's like piling on top of him, basically trying to say congrats and everything. You just hear chants of lefties. Really cool. Good for sports. However, there was a little bit of there's some people not so happy on a PGA Tour Sunday. Brooks Koepka was in the running for that tournament. He finished a few strokes short. I think he ended up taking 3rd or 4th behind Louis Oosthuizen. Anyways, at the very end of Brooks Koepka's round, I believe it was Sunday's round, he looks not so happy to be getting interviewed, but he's there for it. And during the interview, Bryson DeChambeau, who's known as the scientist of the golf of golf. He plays with the same length club every single club. Very interesting guy. Comes by in the middle of his interview and says something in the background, and Koepka did not like it at all. It is on video. It got posted.
We do have it here.
So watch Koepka at the beginning of the interview. He doesn't look very happy. And then you can see DeChambeau walk behind him. And boy, does he not like it. Something was said for sure.
I didn't know DeChambeau walked by.
Yeah.
And I thought he was just so pissed at the question.
No.
He was like,
no.
the first I saw.
I mean, you can tell
Yeah.
at first he definitely is not a fan of the question. He's
He's
why
like,
do I have to
whatever,
answer this? Like,
boring, of course.
but no, you can see DeChambeau walk behind him and
He
clearly.
He goes,
Are you fucking kidding? And you can see him go, are you fucking kidding?
yeah, that's brutal.
I don't know. I lost
I
my
don't
train
know.
of thought with that bullshit. I don't know what has happened. I know that Brooks Koepka is a bit of a more sassy golfer. He's a bit more outspoken. He likes it to be known that he's a very good golfer, and I really like Brooks Koepka. I think he's a great golfer. I think he's a funny dude. I think he's good for the sport. But man, he's got a little chip on his shoulder on DeChambeau. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if they've gotten into it in the past, and that's what that stemmed from. I don't know if Brooks was just having a bad round and DeChambeau just kind of chirped him because that's what they do. I know golfers like to chirp a little bit, but man, during an interview and on national television, I don't know. That was a fly in my face. I don't know about that. That seems a little bit like bigger rooted than just a friendly little stab at him when he's taking an interview. Just my opinion.
I'm trying to see if there's any
previous Koepka versus DeChambeau beef.
I just want to see what if anyone knows what he said. It seems like he said.
It doesn't seem like anyone knows what he said.
I've seen 2 things that are like Bryson walked by and talked about what a good shot he hit on the last hole or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's it though. That's some random YouTube comment. So, well, that's
Hey.
actually 2 random YouTube comments. But yeah,
Whatever was said, Brooks did not like it. And boy, if we
No,
have
he did
beef in golf, I'm pretty excited to see what happens next. I would love for a little golf match to get heated. Like if those two get teamed up or something and they're just kind of going at each other the whole time they're playing against each other. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty fun for the sport. I'm not gonna lie. I would watch. But yeah. Hatred in golf. Who'd have thought?
Here's a fun little thing. I'm just looking back at that Julio thing real quick.
Yeah.
The Vikings and the Eagles are tied for last. Plus 6,600 for both of us.
Well, that's because it's like pretty much impossible for the Eagles to afford him.
2 very different reasons.
2 very, very different reasons.
Julio wants to go to a team that can win and pay him. Oops, sorry, Eagles. And the Vikings just already have a good receiving core.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Wants to go to a winning team and has to get paid. I think Eagles might be the last on the list.
Speaking of winners, Tim Tebow got the invite to Tight End University. If Travis
Going to Tight End
Kelce and
University.
George Kittle think that Tim Tebow's legit at tight end, then I don't want to hear it. If he's at TEU, give the man some respect. He's going to pick up every trick. George Kittle's going to be like, yo, this is how you manhandle a guy, throw him to the ground.
This is how you block someone 80 yards and then flip him on his head and smash him.
And then Kelsey's going to be like, you want to
This is how you one-handed grab everything.
You want to be a quarterback and a tight end and also the leading receiver on your team? Here's how you do it. Here you go, Tebow. He's about to kill it. He's going to get all the tricks of the trade. Oh, my God.
Not to mention Trey Burton, who's on his team, also openly talked about helping him and how he doesn't understand why there's disrespect on Tebow's name.
Trey Burton,
he's a good tight end.
Wait, Trey Burton's on the Jags?
Maybe he's not on the Jags, but he had something to say about like why he doesn't understand.
I was gonna say if Trey Burton's in that tight end room too, I don't know if Tebow makes a cut. But
yeah, sorry, he just outspokenly said Trey Burton, a leader of the quarterback turned tight end plan, is rooting for Tim Tebow. A leader.
I think he's just because he used to be a quarterback.
Yeah. Who was teammates with Tebow during the Eagles 2015 preseason.
Yeah. That makes sense. They're on the Eagles together. Yeah, but so
Burton basically said, I don't understand the outrage. A free agent tight end who's spent 7 seasons in the NFL. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't understand the outrage. There are 90 roster spots. If they want to bring someone in, why not? A lot of teams take flyers on guys from various backgrounds every year. It's true.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well,
I agree.
The Ravens took the high school wide receiver that played with Lamar. And I mean, if they're taking high school wide receivers, then Tim Tebow definitely deserves a chance at whatever position he wants.
So, this tight end university.
I want to hear more. I don't know what this tight end university
Oh,
is.
really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't
so
know what that is.
This is, I don't know. So, a lot of positions groups train together in the offseason. I believe it started with either O-line or D-line, and then kind of worked its way into, like, the secondary, like corners or linebacker summits.
Mm-hmm.
This year, George Kittle and Travis Kelce, I think, were the 2 guys that kind of spearheaded this. So they created Tight End University. Currently, it's slated to include Kelce, Kittle, Darren Waller, Zach Ertz, Eric Ebron, Mark Andrews, Mike Gesicki, David Njoku, Noah Fant, Johnny Smith, T.J. Hawkinson, Robert Tonyan, and even Greg Olsen. Even though he's retired, he's gonna be there.
Where did Johnny Smith end up? He's no longer on the Titans, right?
Yeah, he is. He's on the Pats, dude. He's on the Pats.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
okay, keep going.
So Eric Ebron reached out to Tebow on Twitter with the invite. Travis Kelce co-signed it. It's his official invitation. If Tebow accepts the invitation, him and Kyle Pitts will be the 2 rookies in the camp. But yeah, I mean, working with these guys will.
So what is it, like a camp that everyone goes to for a couple weeks, and it's just like only
Yeah, I
tight
don't know
ends?
like how long it is, but it's in Nashville. I'm assuming it's like probably a week or two, and they just all get together and train.
Huh. That's pretty cool. That's cool that like positions stick together no matter what team you're on. I feel like positions, like no matter what team you're on, they all look out for each other in some way or one or another. Like quarterbacks train together, like all these offensive and defensive linemen train together. There must be something to it, like picking up tips from other people around the league, which obviously probably helps. But I think it's a good idea. Like, it's just interesting that you'd be willing to train with people that you're going to go to battle against in like a season and like give them tips and tricks to like beat your own team, basically.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
there's definitely like a camaraderie in the NFL for position
well,
players.
yeah, because there's a thing that's like, it's a little different with tight end, but I think a lot of the time, like when it was like defensive line guys, like talking about all their moves and stuff. Yeah, if I'm an O lineman on the team, I'm like, oh great, thanks.
Yeah,
Like,
dickhead.
but I think I've heard players talk about that from the same like take. People have asked them that question. They go like, man, like I know what they're doing. Like I can go look at their film if I want to. Like it's all on TV. Like they're not. It's not
that's
hidden.
very true.
But yeah, I think it is a little weird. But hey, for Tim, it's great for Tim. This was made
Yeah.
for Tim.
Hey, he's gonna benefit a lot. That's for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm just ready for Tim to get on the field. I'm just ready to see it. I just want to see it. I just want to see him go out there, block a couple people, see if he can block some outside linebackers, see if he can block some edge rushers, see if he can run routes and catch balls. I'm just ready for it. Let's go Tim Tebow. I'm on his side. I'm in his corner, but I have my doubts. What else did we have on the agenda today? Oh, we can talk playoffs because these playoffs are getting a little crazy.
A little
Crazy.
hot. A little hot in the kitchen, huh?
I want to start with NHL playoffs, which are
Yeah.
just again continuing to be the most ridiculous shit ever. Two series were up 3-1. The Vegas Golden Knights over the Minnesota Wild and the Tampa Bay Lightning over the Panthers. The Panthers had a home game last night. Steelers won against Lightning 3-2, going back to the Lightning. However, the Minnesota Wild did steal another one on the road. So now game 6 goes back to Minnesota, where they are good. These playoffs are crazy. Last night's games, Minnesota game literally got crunched the entire game, still won. Jets versus Oilers. Oilers are up 3-2. Jets get a late goal, and then it goes to 3 overtimes. 3. That's an entire extra NHL game
It's insane.
to sweep them. Yeah, just I feel like every game's going to OT or has a possibility of going to OT, and even if they don't, they're still like super competitive games. Tonight we have Hurricanes and Preds, which are 2-2. Like it's just, man, NHL hockey, playoff hockey is crazy. I don't think there was a play last night in the Wild and Vegas game where the puck stopped and there wasn't someone punching someone in the face.
Yeah,
Or
it was
like
violent.
just their fingers in their mouth, or like something happened every single time that puck stopped. The refs were throwing punches last night.
Yeah, I did
The
see that.
refs were throwing punches in the Vegas versus Minnesota game. Like they were trying to separate guys and eventually would just take like a couple jabs just to try and like get guys away from each other. It was crazy. Like that's one of the first times I've seen refs get seriously physical and like players get physical with the refs. Because like
Yeah.
refs were like hitting them and then trying to push them back, and players were like swatting their hands away. And I'm like, if that is any other sport in the entire world, those guys are suspended, those guys are fined, those guys are everything. But it's hockey, so you can just chop a ref's hand off of you and just skate away, and like he's just like, hey, fuck you, bud. Like,
but it's all right because the
What a
ref's allowed to take a jab if he feels it's necessary. It's like don't tee him up. Just like
don't tee him up, but like, hey, if you, I mean,
Just
and
like-
these refs do get punched constantly.
Yeah.
Like they're taking sticks across the face, they're getting punched. Like if I'm a ref, I'm taking one of those guys who just don't stop hitting each other after the whistle and just giving him one right to the nose and being like, fucking stop. Like, I'm tired of getting hit. Stop it.
Brutal.
No, crazy though. Mean game.
Mean hockey.
Game.
Mean hockey.
Mean hockey. Mean hockey's good hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. If you're not watching the NHL playoffs, tune in tonight because it's just every night. I feel like it's just some shit's gonna happen. Just keeps happening. And then playoffs for NBA. The East, yeah, the East is cool. The East is probably gonna go the way it should. The Nets will beat the Celtics. The Sixers will beat the Wizards. The Bucks have a 2-0 lead on the Heat. I think that series is wrapping up. The Heat have to grab both at home, otherwise they're fucked. Yeah, the East. And then, I mean, the Hawks and Knicks game should be really good. Like, that series should be competitive to the end. I see that going 6 or 7 pretty easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, boy, the West. The West in the NBA is unbelievable. Whoa.
Where are you going? Uh-oh.
Whoa, I'm going outer space over here.
Welcome back.
The West. Hang on, let me make sure everything's where it should. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. The West. Unbelievable. The Mavs and Clippers are going to go deep. The Mavs already stole game 1. The Nuggets and Trailblazers are now 1-1. The Suns and Lakers, the Lakers are still favored to win that series, yet they're down 1-0. And might I add, like a pretty ugly 1-0.
Yeah.
That first game by the Lakers was ugly. What other ones do we have in there? Oh, Grizzlies upset the Jazz to take a 1-0 lead.
That's
so
insane.
we have the 8 seed has a lead. The 7 seed doesn't.
But they're the favorite. But the 7 seed is still the favorite.
The 6 seed is split 1-1, and the 5 seed stole game 1. So as we've said on the show many times, as we looked at the West, as we saw the West shaping up, 3 out of the 4 seeds are basically in driver's seat. 3 of the bottom 4 seeds are basically in the driver's seat. You have Trailblazers stole one in Denver. That's huge. The Mavs have already stolen one in LA, and we now get to see game 2. The Grizz have already stole one. Thankful that Donovan Mitchell is out, which, by the way, he came out and said he was not happy about that decision at all. He really wanted to play game 1, and I don't know why they went to put him in because that just seems like a no-brainer. But hey, the West is exactly like we said. It's a toss-up. Every single one of those series is a coin flip, and it'll continue to be a coin flip because I think the Mavs could steal game 2. I just think the Grizzlies could steal game 2. I think Portland, when they go home, is going to be a different animal, even though they've already been really good. And I think that the Lakers are done. I really do. After watching them game 1, after seeing all the hype still on the Lakers, it just makes me like the Suns even more.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing I don't get, I'm going to be honest, the whole Donovan Mitchell being mad thing, like, I get it. You want to play, and you don't want to sound like a guy who doesn't want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. First game of the playoffs against the 8th seed. It's the least. Every game after this is going to be more important than that one. You know?
Yeah. It just seems like that was not. It seems like that was a decision made of like, oh, we'll probably win game 1. Like, we'll be fine. Which in the playoffs, especially now, I don't know why you're doing that. If Donovan Mitchell says he's ready to go and it's not like an imminent threat to him the rest of the series. Now, if you're genuinely scared that he could re-injure something, but like, why would you save him for game 1 just to put him in game 2 2 days later? Like, is the 2 days really going to make that big of a difference?
I mean,
because you would have won game 1 with Donovan Mitchell. You would have. Sorry, you would have. You lost by 3 without Donovan Mitchell. You're going to win the game with Donovan.
The thing is, like, if you're the Jazz and you have even those 2 days, the risk of re-injury could be pretty different over 2 days. even just a little rehab, just a little bit of. If you're the Jazz and you go down 1 game to the 8th seed and you don't think you can come back, then you were never going to win the series in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
yeah, this is very true.
They need to be able to win 4 against the Grizzlies, or else they were never going to win 4 against the Grizzlies, whether or not Donovan Mitchell played in 1 game. Like, no excuses, guys. Come on. Chop.
I agree. But man, you'd think if Donovan Mitchell says he can play and like actively wanted to play, and then you late scratched him,
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit upset. If a guy thought he was going to play in the playoff game and then you late scratched him, I'd be a little bit pissed off, especially because that was a pretty late scratch. Like that was, like he probably thought he was playing in that game for a while.
I don't know, man. Hours after, yeah. He's a sprained ankle. It's the kind of thing that 2 days could completely change.
And sprained ankles are nothing to fuck with, by the way.
No joke.
Sprained ankles are nasty.
Like a sprained last name
ankle.
ever. First
Like a
name
sprained
greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with.
No, it's true though, because once you
It is
sprain your
true.
ankle, it'll never return to what it was. Once you sprain your ankle's immediately weaker for the rest of your life. You can rehab it all you want, like it weakens the integrity of your ankle. And there is no way of speeding up that healing like it's a sprained ankle. You have to literally stay off it in order for it to heal. You can't rehab it, you can't overuse it because it just tires it out. Literally the only way to make it better is to stay off it. So I understand it. I get it. 2 days, maybe the soreness and the swelling goes down and then he's ready to go. But man, the chance of re-injury, I don't think changes over 2 days. I really don't. Like that thing's going to be so taped up and locked up, and like there's going to be 80,000 pieces of tape to make sure that ankle literally cannot move. And I don't think that changes over a 2 day span, but hey, what do I know?
This is a fun little, as we talk about NBA, I just want to point out, I took, what was it? I think I took 3 or 4 futures bets after yesterday's games. Just so people know, you can get the Knicks to win the series at plus 200 still. Down 1 game, right? You can get the Mavericks to win the series at plus 120 still, and they are a game up. You can get the Nuggets to win the series at plus 125. They are tied and the favorite, and you can get them at plus 125. And I personally took all of those.
And I took all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite one there has got to be the Nuggets plus 125 to beat Portland when they're tied.
Yeah.
Or the Mavericks when they have a lead plus 150. But
yeah, the Mavericks or the Suns is
the Suns. Yeah, the
too.
Suns one is only minus 117, which I would have taken, but I ran out of money in it. And they had the least fun odds.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's disrespectful to the 2 seed with the lead. They just blew. I mean, they didn't blow them out, but they just. The Lakers did not stand a chance. It was not a close game at all.
You scored 90 points against the Suns. You're bigger than them. You're supposedly better than them. And you scored 90 points. Possibly?
Ooh.
Possibly.
Might do a quick little, like, Sixers, Nets, Suns, and, like, maybe Denver. Something like that.
Man, I don't know about that Denver series.
I don't know.
I'm still scared on that one. By the way, the Clippers are getting 7 points on the Mavs tonight. Holy shit. Wow.
Boy.
That seems a little bit ridiculous.
I don't know about that one.
There's got to be an injury that I'm not knowing about. Because there's no way game 1, the Mavs were... The game 1 spread was 5. And there's no way the Mavs just did what they did and then come back at 7 the next time. It's just Maxi Kleber. That doesn't make any sense. I guess Maxi Kleber is a 2-point, makes it a 2-point difference. I don't understand how spreads work. I guess.
don't know.
But boy, that looks like a nice spot for the little house tonight. I'm not gonna lie. But that's betting talk. We're not to betting talk yet.
But
Is there any more stories? We will be. It is 11:02. It is the second hour of the fellas show. Do we need to cover any more news? What did we miss? Any more scandals that we missed?
The NBA LeBron
Oh, LeBron.
thing. That's a thing. Bit of
It's
a
a thing.
bit of
He
a
needs to stop.
non-story. Nah, it's a bit of a non-story. I think if it had been any other player, well, first of all, he wouldn't have been invited to this event. But like, so again, I guess the question will always be, will these rules be implemented in the same way had the player not been LeBron James? That's always going to be the question. But it sounds like it was okay. This is the NBA whose statement? The league's, this is the league's press release, came out yesterday. To clarify any remaining misconception, LeBron James briefly attended an outdoor event last week where participants were required to be vaccinated or return a negative test result. Under these circumstances and in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19 and therefore no quarantine was necessary. Over the course of the season, there have been numerous similar violations of the league health and safety protocols, which were addressed by the players' team in a similar fashion. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements, sponsored appearances, or ad shoots. Here's the thing. Didn't Dennis Schroeder accidentally tell everyone that LeBron wasn't vaccinated a few days ago as well? Because I remember he said that Dennis said that he wasn't vaccinated himself, and he was just he missed 7 games because of that a little earlier.
If you're now, I understand that everyone's got their whatever about a vaccination, but if you're a professional player right now, why the hell are you not getting vaccinated? Like, I get it. Everyone's got their own like concerns and everything like that. It's whatever. But man, you would think that like the one thing that could really hold you out this season, and you just have like a freebie to go make sure that that doesn't happen. I would think that you kind of hop all over that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd assume, because I don't know if LeBron is
LeBron vaccinated?
I feel like I saw this. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Schroeder was listing the guys who did get the vaccine, and he never said LeBron.
Which is interesting because you'd think that'd probably be the first name you'd say if he was vaccinated.
And then Schroeder came out and said after that, he said, "I'm the only guy that didn't get vaccinated. I'll leave it at that."
Oh, Schroeder, you little liar, you.
But however, and then Frank Vogel, right after Schroeder said that, he said that LA's roster has not passed the 85% vaccination threshold for the league, which means 85% is 15 out of 17 players, meaning
There's 2.
There's at least one other.
At least 2. All right. So
No, wait.
someone's lying.
Do we know? We don't know. What a mystery. But I guess it wasn't LeBron, or LeBron had a negative test either way. I'd assume that why NBA players don't want to get a vaccine. I could see it as if you're in the middle of the season, especially on the Lakers actually in their situation, and you're making a playoff push. But then again, he had to do the protocol. So I was going to say, if you think that you can just stay safe and out of the public for like the rest of the season, and you don't want to risk any kind of physical change in your body while you're trying to push for the playoffs, maybe. But then he went and got a violation anyway, so that doesn't even make sense. But I could see that, and then like in the off season,
I can see like being worried that maybe the second test is going, or like the second shot, you're gonna have a game and then you're gonna have to miss because maybe you feel like shit or whatever, or like maybe you feel like shit for a couple days, or maybe it affects you. Like, yeah, I get it. Why don't you just have done it sooner? Like, you gotta, like, imagine you don't take a vaccine and then in the playoffs you have a COVID protocol and LeBron misses 3 games in the playoffs, or AD or Kyrie or KD, or like, Imagine one of those guys has to miss like 3 games in the playoffs because they didn't take a vaccine.
the
and now
thing
they get
is-
COVID pro. Or
the
like
thing
tracing
is-
or whatever.
As long as you don't go do anything stupid, no one
Yeah,
will
but they're
ever.
NBA players. They're all in the fucking clubs every Saturday. Like it's known.
I mean, a lot of them are, but if you're out here if you're one of those, if you're a first one in, last one out, lunch pail kind of guy, if you're one of them,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried
you know,
about probably like LeBron. I'm probably not worried about.
but he's
LeBron
the one
'cause
out
got,
here
like,
doing this stuff. He's the one
know.
out here, like, oh, he wasn't at a party with Drake. He made a brief appearance at an outdoor event.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it the vaccine festival where everyone was just like spraying Lysol
COVID
into the
and-
air,
yeah, and
then just
not
like
getting
eating
it.
hand sanitizer? Like, what do you think this was? Like, no, he was out there with Drake, and they were going like this, like laughing. Like, no one's doing that at the COVID fest. Like, come on. I absolutely think this would have gone differently if it was not LeBron. Even though I said it was but I don't know.
I completely agree.
And it's like, people were getting in trouble for going to like their
Charity
girlfriends,
events.
or like for their girlfriend's birthday, like with just them and their girlfriend, or going to charity events, going to like auctions and stuff. This was a tequila event. This was for a tequila sponsor. So you could go get drunk with Drake.
Hey, the good news is though, if you drink tequila, it sanitizes you because
That's true.
You know, no
Man,
sickness is allowed.
It's
with
just
tequila.
alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. Before we go to a break and talk bets for the rest of the show, I would like to. Yesterday on the show, we brought up the Eugene Chung, the guy who had an NFL interview. He's Asian, he's Korean. They said that he was not the right minority. He did not come out and say what team it was, and after further review, he still will not say who did it.
Good for him.
Yep, that's
Keep
a good.
keep the eyes on the issue.
Keep
I
the
like
eyes on
that.
the issue. He basically just said, just bring in the situation, the information into light. Like, just you need to understand that information's out there. I'm not trying to bash anyone's team. I'm not trying to whatever. Eugene Chung, attaboy.
Yeah. Because it's
Now,
a serious
I
thing
would-
for sure. I mean,
I would have been okay with him saying what team it was. I would have been totally okay with that. It would have stemmed.
Would
it
we
would've
have been
stemmed-
able to talk about it? Yes.
Yes,
For
it
a
would have
while.
stemmed some shit. It would have done some shit. I'm just
Especially, oh man, if it was a real shitty organization,
Yeah.
if it was like Houston or something, imagine everyone getting to pile on Houston's front office again. Oh, everyone
yeah.
would love it. Everyone would
It probably
line
is
up
like
out
a
the
Houston
door.
or something like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be somewhere respectable or that cares about the
No.
quality of their coaching staff because the guy has experience and he's been pretty good. I'm now because I forgot he was on the Eagles, but he was an assistant coach for the Eagles for a while. He was everyone liked him. No one had a problem, you know.
Interesting stuff. But
So
hey,
it wasn't
good for
us.
him.
Hey, it wasn't us.
Hey, hey,
Wasn't us.
wasn't what? Not my organization.
Although I guess we did fire him or something. I don't know. Maybe he quit.
Maybe it would be funny if it was the Eagles.
You think he like came back? It wasn't even high. It was like it was just like his performance review. He came and they're like, "Well, you've been doing an outstanding job coaching, but no,
But
no
you
shot.
are not
You
the
are-
right minority for us. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's pretty bad. I still cannot believe that.
I can't believe
I
the
don't care
words would come
what,
out of
what- I
someone's
don't-
mouth.
What were you trying to say? Because even at the end of the day, the goal of what you're saying was, we will only hire one minority. It's not even like. It's
Yeah.
not even like
Or it's
we were
like-
looking. It's not like it was even because if it was like a white dude and they're like, we want to have some more diversity. It's like a little bit, sort of a little bit. You maybe can't say that out loud, but people would understand it.
Yeah.
This
I
is
mean,
just like-
you're still
Not like
not the right minority.
it would
Not
be.
so like you're not. He literally just walked up to a Korean dude. Was like, "You're not black enough. Sorry." Like,
And the thing is,
what?
I mean, if you really care
And the
about
dude's still not spilling the information on
Yeah.
whose team it is. Like,
clearly,
come on.
clearly a quality individual, clearly a good guy, and I think the main thing is, I can't. There is no other Asian coach in the NFL. You want to talk about hiring a minority? That is
that is
a
minority.
completely. It's like you don't see anyone of like Asian descent. You don't barely see any women, and obviously you see mostly white dudes, but there's a lot of black dudes too. It's like if you want to really, how are you gonna say someone's the wrong minority when they're probably
are the most minority?
Yeah, the smallest group. When you think of even players and just in the NFL in general.
I think we have black coaches, not many. I think there's only 2
Yeah,
or
not
3
many.
now.
Well, head coaches.
I think, yeah,
There's
and
like
a couple assistants in there. I think we have 1 or 2 Latino coaches, assistant coaches, and coaches.
I feel like
think we
there's.
have-
I mean, if we're counting assistant coaches, there's way more than that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
At
maybe,
least
maybe. And then we have a woman coach and another woman coach that just got hired by.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Who was it that just hired one? The Bills.
Yep.
The Bills just hired an assistant one. But I have not heard of an Asian in NFL coaching yet. I don't think one exists. I could be wrong. There could be an assistant somewhere, except for Eugene Chung.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that he's not minority enough when he's probably the only one? You could have hired the very first Asian coach or assistant coach or whatever it is. You could have hired the first one, yet it's not the right mind. Like, dude, what are you talking about? And then exactly like you said, what were you trying to say? Because it said that he backtracked quickly, and it was like, what were you trying to say? Because there's a couple different ways that could go, and none of them were right, and none of them make any sense.
None of them are good.
None of them are good.
And yeah, the other thing is if it was some random dude, maybe he was like played in college a little bit, blah blah blah. No, this guy is a former player with NFL coaching experience. This is not some random dude, you know?
I just don't know who in their right mind says you're not the right minority. There's so many different ways to phrase that than you're not the right minority. There's just so many ways to get yourself in less trouble than to phrase it like that. That is unbelievable. I just don't know who says that. Like, even if it's what you're thinking and you have no other excuse, you could have just been like, yeah, you're just not a good fit. Like, you don't fit our culture. There's so many other ways to say that you're not the right minority. You done fucked up, sir. And you're lucky that Chung is keeping his mouth shut. Otherwise, your ass is done. If he comes out and says, who said that? That organization is screwed.
Whoever said that has got to come through with like a bouquet of flowers and like a I'm sorry card.
You should probably hire Chung, by the way.
No, don't hire them. He should not accept a job offer from that racist organization. Come on now, go find someone better now, Mr. Chung. Come back to the Birds. We'll take you.
Yeah, someone should probably hire him now.
Depending on why, maybe like unless he's a bad coach, and I don't want him on the team.
Yeah, unless he's a bad coach.
But I don't know. I think he was good. Well, you want to kick it to a break and then come back and do some bet talk?
Talk the bets for the day.
Some betting discussion.
Big playoff implications today.
All right. We'll be right back to talk sports betting. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Hey, fellas. We're back.
I want to start with NHL, I think.
Yes, let's.
By the way, before we get into this, heyfellas.co, VIP, we're talking bets for today. Every day we do our little betting thing and we talk about free plays, but then after this, we really dive into VIP after the show ends and we're profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's less than $1 a day to sign up.
It's really a good deal.
By the way, I would like to shout out a new fella just bought a year-long subscription yesterday. That's now our 3rd year-long subscription for VIP. 3rd year subscription. Appreciate all the boys supporting us, all the boys who have, supported VIP. We're killing it.
Let's go, fellas.
A lot of people doubted us.
Give me that money.
But we are killing it. And a lot of supporters, a lot of believers on our side.
Man,
appreciate everyone in VIP. Appreciate you. But
hey, you bet like $10-20 on our WNBA picks, you can get a year for free. That's all you gotta do. Come on now.
9-1 in WNBA.
Come on now.
All right. Let's talk bets for today. NHL. We're gonna start with the NHL, then we're gonna move into NBA, then we're gonna go to MLB, and we're gonna finish with the WNBA because that is our best sport. We are 9-1, and we fucking kill it.
Only 2 games on tonight, right?
Only 2 NHL games tonight. Maple Leafs and Canadiens back-to-back from last night. Maple Leafs took the win last night 2-1 in Montreal. Maple Leafs are getting -175 right now. The Canadiens are getting +150. Interesting thing, though, the Maple Leafs are getting 99% of the money tonight on 80% of tickets. They were getting 90+% as well last night. I think that the Maple Leafs didn't exactly deserve to win the game last night. I thought the Canadiens played really well, missed some key chances. I kind of like Canadiens in a bounce-back situation here. They stole one in Toronto. I think they won't get swept in Montreal. I think they're going to go back to Toronto as a 2-2 series tied.
What?
I like the Canadiens in the spot. I really do. The under-over, 5.5. They're not scoring a ton of goals. Maybe the under, but I'm sure it's juiced. Yeah, it's a little juiced. So maybe stay away from that. I would just not pick the Toronto Maple Leafs. That'd be the one pick that I just don't take. Like maybe you don't take the Canadiens, but I wouldn't be taking the Maple Leafs either.
Fair.
And then at 8 o'clock, we have Predators and Hurricanes. Hurricanes go back to Carolina for Game 5. This is a split series, 2-2. The Predators are +175. The Hurricanes are -210 back at home. I think this series is basically whoever plays at home wins. The Hurricanes won the first 2 at home. Then we went to Nashville for 2 games where the Predators won 2 in a row in OT. It just feels like the home team's going to win all series long. Hurricanes at -210 is ridiculous, especially getting 98% of the money. So both games tonight stacked on both sides. So if you see 2 upsets tonight, do not be surprised because the public is stacking on favorites tonight. If I have a play for the Hurricanes game, it is most likely them to win in regulation. They are a good home team. I don't see them losing to the Predators at home. They've kind of had their, basically here. Let's go, because I know it's ridiculous. Let's go check at the splits this year for home and away for this series because it's ridiculous. They have played well over 10 times.
Ooh.
There has not been one away team that has won yet in this series.
Really?
The home team has won every
single time? Every
now,
single time?
I only see the last 10 matchups between these two, so I could be wrong if they played each other in the beginning of the season and one stole one from the other. But in the last 10 matchups all this season, dating back to March 9th, Carolina had 4 games in a row at home. They won all 4. Then Nashville had 2 games at home. They won both of those. Then Carolina had 2, won both of those, and then Nashville has won the last 2 in OT at home.
So in this matchup, the home team is 10-0 in the last 10.
Yes.
Wow.
And I see it continuing tonight. I don't think there's really
any
reason.
And they're getting 2% of the money?
No. They're getting 98.
Okay, so they're agreeing.
So
okay, I thought it was the opposite. Okay,
no.
I was gonna say that'd be.
Yes, no. People are stacked on the Hurricanes. So again, If you don't want to throw an NHL bet tonight, I don't blame you because both favorites are getting fucking cranked stacked on. I think if you're betting an underdog tonight, I would rather take the Canadians as home dogs rather than Predators as road dogs, especially with the home record being what it is in that series. Under over for Predators Hurricanes, I really like the over in this series. I've hit it. I've been betting it almost every game. It's plus money almost every game for some reason. However, it is getting 91%. But if you're going to take an under over tonight, I'd be putting an over on the Predators and Hurricanes because I've been cashing that bet this series. There's been a lot of goals. I normally like it when the Predators are at home more because, Eight.
Why are you in the darkness?
8.
Why are you in the
There you
Halloween cave? Oh, you're back.
I normally like, what was I saying? Yeah, I've cashed the over on that. I normally like when the Predators are at home because they have a little bit better chance to score some goals. They don't do as well on the road, but I still see this being a high scoring game because I think the Predators could steal one. So yeah, that is hockey for tonight. Let's get into NBA though, because this is where I see some opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
First game of the night, 7:30, Celtics Nets. Nets are getting 9 again. I think they got 8 or 9.5. Sorry, 9.5. Boy, I don't want to really bet on this series. 9.5 is a lot of points in a playoff game. Nets are getting 62% of tickets, 66% of money. I think that the Celtics could probably cover 9.5. I would assume. However, KD, Kyrie, and James Harden are all on the same side. They're finally all healthy together. The Celtics are without Jaylen Brown. I really don't know if this is a series worth betting on. I don't know if double-digit spreads are worth betting on in the playoffs. I think the Nets could easily beat them by 15. However, it is the playoffs. It is the Celtics.
Now, here's what I'm thinking, and this is based on nothing to do with stats, facts, players. This is purely on my opinion and the feels in my heart.
Yeah.
I think Nets have control most of the game. Probably like 4 minutes left. They're up like 15. I think the Celtics get it down to like 9 or 8 before the end of the game. And it was never going to be close. They never had a shot, but I think they cover.
Yeah, I can see that happening very easily.
That's how I feel about this one. And I also they are going to pull one out. They're going to beat the Nets in least once. They're not going to.
They're going to win one game. The Celtics are a little bit too good to not win one game. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know how, but they are going to win one game.
Celtics win game 3.
I could see that. The under-over is interesting. I did take the over last game, and they had a horrible first half. Otherwise, they would have hit it because they had a great second half. Under-over is 227. 95% of the money is on the under. If you're looking for an under-over in the NBA tonight, I would be taking the over in the Celtics-Nets game. It looks like a juicy one. Looks like public is stacked on the under for some reason. I like the over. I think we're going to see some high-flying offense in the series. Next game, 10 o'clock, Lakers-Suns.
I think this might be the easiest one of the day.
I hate that you just said that, but yeah.
I mean, just looking at it, the easiest thing to pick as far as an NBA game goes.
Yeah. So this is, I'm going to, God damn it. Don't try and run a YouTube live show with a MacBook Pro. You will have to get 18,000 cords and adapters to make it work, and your laptop will die very fast. Anyways, Lakers Suns. The Suns are somehow still being underdogged.
Let's just put this. Can we? You can get the 2 seed with a 1-0 lead in the series to win this game at plus odds. You can get them to win this series as the 2 seed with a game lead as the underdog still. There's free money right here, dude. This is insane. I don't care if the Lakers have LeBron. I don't care if they have AD. They need them to simply be a little bit competitive in the series. They're not. Man, this is disrespectful to Phoenix, disrespectful to Devin Booker, disrespectful to Chris Paul, disrespectful to all the boys out there for Phoenix.
I couldn't agree more. I don't understand. I mean, besides the fact that it's the Lakers.
Yeah, and maybe I know Chris Paul was a little had a shoulder thing, but he's gonna be playing.
Don't forget LeBron also has a shoulder thing. He got real close by Chris Paul.
Yeah.
It was malicious. It was he almost actually like hooked his entire arm and almost like pulled a little. He almost pulled.
But
LeBron.
But
LeBron has now played a game with one eye closed, even though his eye was completely fine and not even red. And he's also played one with a dislocated shoulder, even though it wasn't touched. Boy, am I sick of LeBron right now. I am a huge LeBron fan, was a huge LeBron fan, but boy, is he pissing me off right now. Anyways, Suns getting I can't even drum on the counter. Come on,
that might
man.
be your problem, man. You're just banging around.
I'd like to, I like to get into it. I like the bets. Suns +2.
Yeah.
Money line getting. Wait, what is their money line? Hang on. Money line. Oh my God, I'm gonna stab someone. Hang on. Sorry.
Uh-oh. All right.
Sorry.
All right, fellas. So, so I think we're gonna talk about the Suns' money line there. We still have Eric's voice.
Hey, I'm still here. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still. I don't see you, but I hear you.
Hey, that's cool.
Oh, you're a little jump. Hey, we're good. We'll figure it out.
Anyways, the Suns are getting +105. Their money line is getting 8% of money, Sean. 8%. The
That's
favorited
insane.
Suns as the 2 seed at home
with a game
at home after just dominating the Lakers, because we saw domination, by the way. We did. Whether you think a 9-point win is domination or not, that game, the Suns dominated. The Lakers are getting 92% of money. Why? Their money line is getting 92% of money. Why?
It doesn't make sense.
They're guys. Like, I mean, what is it? Like, granted, I can see them winning. I can see it happening. I get it.
Here's the thing. Lakers, yeah, I agree. Lakers money line would be a great value if they were, say, +4. If they were the underdog, I could see, oh, okay, you know what? Yo, they're coming off a loss. They're the 7th seed, but they still got LeBron. Like, maybe we get them at like +180, whatever. It's like, no, but they're the favorite. And how is this happening?
I don't understand it. I'm back, by the way. Don't worry.
Oh, perfect.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And the fact that people are stacked on the Lakers side, it just makes me like the Suns so much more.
Yeah.
Like, if I saw the Suns getting +2 and they were getting 70%,
so much easier.
If they were getting 70% of tickets and money, like, it'd be one thing. It'd be like, all right, we might want to stay away from this. But the Lakers are getting favorited, which is such a Vegas line, by the way. Vegas literally knows that the public thinks that the Lakers are going to win. They set them up as favorites because the public loves to bet on favorites. The public hates betting on underdogs. They gave them just enough of a money line at -120 for parlays, so people are going to be parlaying the shit out of the Lakers tonight. Vegas knows what they're doing right now. They know what they're doing. They know the Suns are a better team, as we saw game 1. They're setting this line so that people fuck up, and it's working. The public is listening. Stop being so stupid.
Okay, now
I'm not saying you have to bet the Suns tonight. I'm not saying that. I'm saying do not bet the fucking Lakers tonight.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please do not bet the Lakers. This is a trap game. This is shaping up to be a huge trap game.
Now here's the thing,
Folks going to get killed tonight.
I don't know if we're ready to jump to this or not, but I think the Mavericks-Clippers game might actually be more atrocious. As I'm looking at it here.
Yeah, honestly, both these 2 games are getting absolutely blown out of proportion tonight. And it's not the Celtics Nets. As we said, this Western Conference is already screwed up. They're all toss-ups as it is. And now the Mavs are getting +7. So,
and okay, Oh my God. Mavericks money line is plus 240 for a team with a 1-0 lead in the series right now. You can get them to win with no difference from the last time they played at plus 240.
What I don't understand is how this line came out at +5 the last time, or Clippers had a 5-point spread the last game. The Mavs come in, I wouldn't say dominate, but like hold their own, win the game.
They won, and it wasn't too stressful.
It wasn't extremely stressful. They won. It kind of looked like the Suns-Lakers game, a little bit less of a domination.
Yeah.
But like still controlled the game.
It was not a
So you have them
win.
at a +5 the first time, and now you give them 2 more points after a win? Like, I get the NBA bounce back games. But
There's
7
gotta
points?
be. Were we missing someone who was out
No,
last week for the
I already
Clippers?
checked.
We're not missing someone who's out today for the Mavs, because there's no way a team.
And not only are the Clippers getting 7, the public is stacked on them.
Okay,
What are we doing?
Here's the thing. So Grizzlies, right? They're the 8th seed, right?
Yep.
They stole a game though. It was an
They did,
upset.
without Donovan Mitchell. but they did
Tomorrow,
steal a game.
when they play the Jazz again, they're getting plus 8.5.
Yeah.
That makes sense because they're the 8th seed. This is a 4-5 game. And the Mavericks are getting plus 7 after winning. It's essentially the same as the Grizzlies money line to win tomorrow is only 60 points higher than the fucking Mavericks. For the Grizzlies to beat the 1 seed.
This doesn't make sense. We talked about this on the show last week before the playoffs. This series, the Mavs came in at getting plus 300, plus 340 to
The
win
Wizards are
series?
plus 8 for tomorrow against the Sixers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And the Mavs are plus 7? Like, I
The
get it.
Celtics
Clippers
are
good.
plus 9. What is it?
I just don't get it. I just don't get how
I'm
not only,
tired.
like,
Eric, I'm tired.
hey, I said it with the Lakers and Suns. It would make sense if these lines were set where they were and then the public stacked on the side that made sense. It would make sense if the 1-0 to the series leading 1-0 Suns were getting -2 against the Lakers after they just pretty much dominated them.
Exactly what I'm saying.
And then there was 65% of tickets and 75% of money. That would be normal. That would be
Right.
super normal, and that'd be what you see. But to give the Lakers an advantage and then have people stack on them, and then give the Clippers a 7-point advantage after they just lost by 5 or 6, and then have the public stack on them again. Fellas, open your eyes. Vegas is doing sketchy shit. Open your eyes. Come on, boys. We're smarter than this. Why is the public stacking? I mean, I'm fine with it because it shows us exactly what we need to do tonight. But fellas, be smarter. This is not rocket science. These lines are getting set for a reason. It's not rocket science. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss factor. That is the motto of the NBA playoffs. Keep it simple. Stupid. Man, I get fired up about these NBA playoffs, especially on the Western Conference side, because I can't believe that people think that the top 4 seeds are that much better than the bottom 4 seeds.
Except
the one
for
team
no,
And the one
except
team
for the
that
Suns
is
and the
actually better
Nuggets.
is getting disrespected.
Except for the Suns and the Nuggets. Except for the Suns, who might be in my opinion, they might be the best team in the West. I don't know. They're looking
They are
very,
not.
very good
After
though.
watching all game ones on the Western Conference, and remember, I was not high on the
You
Suns.
were not
It's
high on
too
the
big of a number,
Suns.
but Clippers will win this game. And Rob Hoke, it's too big of a number, but Clippers will win this game. Dallas went bananas and shot nearly 50% from 3, while the Clippers shot 30% after leading the league. Hey, I totally agree that the Clippers probably do win this game.
Yeah, I think
I
I can
totally
see
agree.
this
I'm
one.
not taking a Mavericks money line. But 7 points? 7 points? It's just ridiculous.
It's a little. I just don't know how they get it. I don't know how you get 7. But yeah, the Suns and the Nuggets seem to be getting the short end of the stick here at least on the betting side.
And honestly, like, I understand more why the Nuggets are getting a little bit disrespected, just because the Trailblazers are that hot. They are playing that well, and they stole game 1. The
Trailblazers are the same team they are every year in the playoffs. They're going to play really well until they meet a team that's better than them. And the Nuggets have probably the MVP, and we saw it last night. Probably the MVP. I think at least with the Suns, you can talk about like LeBron, AD. They were out, like they were the
Yeah,
last
but
year
you're forgetting the fact that the Suns haven't lost a game. The reason that there's talking about Nuggets and Trailblazers is because that series is 1-1.
Oh yeah,
I am fucking
yeah.
mind blown that the Suns are up 1-0 and we're still talking about the Lakers winning the series. What are we talking about here?
Yeah. The series is still essentially a pick'em.
And I get it. The NBA's got their own shit trying to get the Lakers to the finals and stuff. But I'm telling you, if you watch that
I don't
game
even know
one,
if it's that.
if you
man.
watch the game one, I just don't think there's any way that the Lakers beat the Suns. If
I
the
think
Suns
it's
play
gotta-
anywhere near where they did,
the thing is, with these lines and stuff, it's not like Vegas is even like they're setting it at -2, and everyone is like, yes.
yes,
There must.
I
I don't
agree.
know what like.
And maybe we're missing something. If you're in the chat and you think that Lakers -2 is underrated for the Lakers, let us know. But man, it just doesn't seem like that's smart in any way, shape, or form.
I was saying to get extra points. To say that the Suns, the 2 seed with a 1-0 lead in the series, can lose the game and we can still win money. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that bet. I will take that bet every day of every year, of every month, of every century, with every decade inside of it, until the sun crashes into the earth and there is no more Phoenix Suns because the real sun came. Like that is just a bet that I think you have to take.
Also, really interesting. Not to keep beating up on the Lakers and Suns series and the Mavs
Unless
and
we
Clips
want
series.
to.
Really interesting though that all of the under-overs tonight, all the unders are getting 93+% money. So everyone's stacking on the unders all across the league tonight.
That's strange.
Mavs and Clippers are at 216. I think that's decently low. I mean, one of those teams has a good offensive game that hits the over. Celtics Nets, I took the over the last time. It didn't hit because of a terrible first half, but it's only at 227. The Nuggets and Trailblazers were at 227 last night and blew it over.
That was a good. That was.
And then the Lakers Suns, which is an interesting one, is at 210. I don't know if I'd take that one. However, 93% of money is on the under. I don't know if I'd take that one though. Lakers have a really good defense and not a great offense, as we've seen. 210 seems a little bit. That seems a little high. I don't know if I'd be taking that one, but hey, the over on the Mavs and the Celtics game, it's worth a shot.
That's enough.
NBA playoffs,
That's
man.
enough of that.
NBA playoffs, Western Conference playoffs is just unbelievable. I love the Western Conference right now because
like I've got to be
this exciting.
It is crazy, and I feel like what are we missing? What are we missing here? We have to be missing something.
I feel like we're not missing anything. We're killing it on VIP during the NBA playoffs. We haven't missed anything yet. We've kind of read this the way it should be read, and it just keeps not making sense. I feel like
The
it's
thing-
just
yeah,
over.
The only thing that
people are
keeps making me feel
overthinking.
better. The only thing that keeps making me feel better is that I'm like, that seems really, really stupid. Why would anyone do that? And then most of the public's on it, and that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah,
But,
because that's like I'm definitely missing something, but the public is
And that's the thing.
not. So
It's like
okay.
if you feel like the Lakers can win this game, that's fine. I also feel like they could win this game.
Yeah, they could win any game. They're the
But
Lakers.
man, I would not bet on them -2 right now. That's
No,
the thing. It's
especially not
not
when the
just
public
it's not
also
just
thinks it.
thinking that they can. It is putting your money on the Lakers covering too.
And a 92% on their money line.
Same with the Clippers. Like Clippers money line's one thing. Clippers
At 7.
7. I don't know. Like that can be fluky. The 7's that territory when it's like, okay, you have a 10-point lead the whole game, and then they just hit a 3 at the end, and it's a push. Like,
Yeah. I will say that the Nets money line is getting 99% right now, which is probably respectable. But if there's a game that's going to go wrong, it's when a team gets 99% on one side. Just saying.
yeah.
Since I've gone under
I mean, I
all
don't
6
like-
times. Rob Hoke. Suns have gone under all 6 times. Their total has been below 215. Not sure that holds
Ooh.
tonight, but it's part of the puzzle. Yeah. I mean, I'm under the impression that trends are meant to be broken. But yeah, I mean, the Suns have not hit the over much at all. And the Lakers seem to be playing very, very good defense lately. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
they
seen,
haven't.
I haven't seen many teams that the Lakers have played bust over 100 like considerably or consistently. So yeah, I would just be. I would
210.
honestly, I'd be on the overs tonight. I would. It seems like the public are smashing the unders, and I would just, if you're gonna pick an under over, I'd be on an over.
210,
yeah.
man. It's if it was like 215, I would love that under. But 210,
I know, right?
210 is so low.
They definitely did get it. They definitely did do a good job on that one.
Yeah,
Because it's scaring me.
it's just a little, just low enough to be scary. Classic.
There's 3 WNBA games tonight. 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Mystics play the Fever. The Chi-Town Sky play the Atlanta Dream. And the Connecticut Sun are playing the Seattle Storm. Not to be confused with the Phoenix Suns, the Connecticut Sun. Just one sun.
Because it's not as sunny
suns.
there, you know? It makes sense.
I don't see any of the lines out right now. I don't see anything. So we're going to have to wait for our official WNBA picks. However, the Connecticut Sun just took out the Las Vegas Aces, who are the defending national champions, I would like to point out, and are now getting plus 3.5 against the Seattle Storm. And I don't think the Seattle Storm are good enough to be getting favorited against a team that's basically undefeated. That's just my Connecticut Sun are 5-0 and 5-0 against the spread, 1-4 on the over, so they've hit the under every game. Seattle is 3-1 and 2-2 against the spread. They've hit the over all 4 games, however. Hey, I'm not an expert on the WNBA, but at first look, I would be taking Connecticut Sun. But we have to wait for the lines. The lines are everything. The public betting lines are everything in the WNBA. I don't know why, but boy, the public sucks at WNBA. Really bad. Also, New York Liberty to the title. Sabrina, MVP, Rookie of the Year. Sabrina, oh God,
Triple-double record holder.
Ionescu. I can't say her last name. I don't know how to say it. But boy, that woman knows how to play basketball. She's a cocky little shit, and I fucking love it. I love it. Bring some pizzazz to the WNBA, Sabrina.
We need it, you know?
We need it. Hey, I have not been a big fan of WNBA in the past. I don't watch it, but I've been watching it this season because I've been betting it. We are 9-1 in WNBA VIP, by the way. Under $1 a day, only $25 a month. But boy, it is fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. The WNBA, and I can't believe I'm saying it because I have shit on the WNBA before. It is very fun to watch. It is fun to see people that cannot dunk every single time try and play basketball. Because it is a much harder game when you don't sit a foot underneath the rim. When you can't dunk, when layups are actually layups, like from halfway underneath. And to be honest, it's not as talented of a game, so there's a lot more mistakes, and it makes it so much fun. It kind of makes it watch like college ball, honestly. Because there is mistakes. There is, like, the talent isn't as high, but it honestly makes it a more entertaining game because the NBA is just not that entertaining of a game.
I have a little treat for you, Eric.
Ooh.
An educational video.
Oh, really? Is it Sabrina?
We
Please
are
be Sabrina.
looking at how to pronounce the name of American professional basketball player
can't see.
for the New York Liberty of the Women's National Basketball Association. She played college basketball for the Oregon Ducks. How do you go about pronouncing her name correctly? Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina
Ionescu?
Ionescu. Sabrina Ionescu.
UNESCO. It's like, man,
UNESCO.
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 All right, Ionescu. Sabrina Ionescu is a fucking baller. An absolute legend and a baller. I just can't get over it, dude. I can't get over it. She doesn't have a great game last night, and then the Dallas Wings start coming back a little bit, and then Sabrina scores 8 points in 90 seconds, gets like 2 boards, gets a steal, gets an assist. Oh, she's like 21 years old and just a freaking baller, dude. God, she's good. New York Liberty are my team, by the way. If you have not seen the New York Liberty jerseys, you need to look.
They're tough.
They have like the mint green. They look
the
like
Statue of Liberty green.
It's the Statue of Liberty green. They have these arm sleeves and leg sleeves that are just mint green. It is so cool. Coolest jerseys, honestly, in basketball right now. I think their jerseys are awesome. And honestly, a lot of the women's jerseys are pretty cool, but the Liberty easily take the cake.
Yo,
on that one.
I didn't know the Indiana Fever had like the Stranger Things style.
Yeah,
That's
they-
what the heck?
Yeah, everyone has their little pizzazz on their jerseys.
These
I
are
kinda
cool.
like it.
I'm looking at WNBA store. These are sick.
Here, pull up the Sky jerseys, or pull up like Sabrina with like a leg sleeve on or something, because those are pretty cool. Like the mint green ones when they wear
The
black or
Liberty
white.
ones.
Yeah, the Liberty
Yeah.
ones are sick. But yeah, so Mystics Fever, Dream Sky, Sunstorm. As it looks right now, I'd probably be taking the Sun. That looks like kind of the best bet. Also, Chi-Town is not very good, yet getting 6.5 points on the Atlanta Dream. That's interesting. And the Fever has been running through some teams, and they're getting +2. But like I said, we got to watch for those lines. We'll see how that goes. MLB, right? That's it. That's all we got left.
Yeah, a lot of games tonight.
A lot of games tonight. Let me get to MLB real quick. A lot of games tonight. All right. Do we got good times tonight? We got some.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean.
Oh, that 9:38 is in there though. God
Oh,
damn it!
I didn't catch
Stop.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I would have
Rangers
thrown a fit.
Angels 9:38.
Rangers Angels.
Not to mention that there's 2 games at 9:40. Why can't we just have 9:40 games? 9:40.
Ranger.
Rangers. All right. Baseball tonight. Cubs, Pirates. I'm gonna try and make this. I don't know exactly how to like run through the MLB bets without just sounding monotonous and everything because there's so many games. I'm just gonna tell you who's playing and who's getting all the money and what underdogs might be worth it. Cubs, Pirates at Pirates. Cubs getting 75% of tickets, 77% of money. Stay away. Pirates are weird. They'll either lose 20-0 or upset a team that they're not supposed to win. What'd you say?
These are the jerseys up, by the way.
Oh,
You
the
can
Liberty
see the arm
jerseys?
sleeves. They're looking fresh. They're looking good. I think these might be old ones, but
Oh, those are old ones, yeah.
the
'Cause
same
their mint
color.
green is
But
much
I
more.
like the.
Yeah,
Now
their
they
mint
look
is a little more
like-
mint now,
What do they
a
look
little more
like?
green.
These are the current ones. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We know how to say your name now. That's fire.
Ionescu. I still don't know how to say it.
Ionescu.
Ionescu. Yeah, those are fire. I think the sleeves are the coolest part, honestly. The sleeves are so cool.
Yeah.
The mint green leg and arm sleeves, awesome.
I like the stripe. Man, it's a nice jersey.
All right, baseball. 7-10, Kansas City Royals against Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays at home. They're getting 76% of tickets, 65% of money. I would be on the Rays tonight, but they're also getting -210, so I don't know if it's really worth it. Maybe -1.5 puts them at what does it put them at? Puts them at +110, maybe. I don't know. Probably stay away from that one. LA Dodgers and the Astros. Ooh, Astros. The Dodgers are streaking right now. They are playing very well. The Astros are at home, getting underdogged at -110. Oh, no, it's a pick 'em. They're both -110.
Ooh.
Dodgers are getting more public tickets, but Astros are getting much more public money. So it looks like bigger bets are going on the Astros, but more people are taking the Dodgers for less money. Orioles Twins back-to-back today. The Twins are getting -205, which I don't think they should be getting against any team in the league because they are dog shit. They did come back and beat Mean John Means yesterday. However, the Twins are getting 81% of tickets and 92% of money as one of the worst teams in baseball. I would be taking the Orioles tonight, but I cannot because I suck at betting on Twins games. Phillies and Marlins at 640. Marlins are getting favorited at home. Phillies are not a good team on the road. However, the Marlins are getting 69% of tickets. Nice. And 88% of money. Probably a good spot to take the Phillies tonight, but they are on the road. Marlins are at home. Maybe a stay away game on that one as well. Indians, Tigers. I don't know why, but the Indians were getting plus money yesterday and beat the Tigers 6-5. They are now getting 86% of tickets, 78% of money. Tigers are at home. Might be a spot to take Tigers tonight after the Indians beat them by a little bit yesterday. Tigers are getting plus 120, by the way. Let's see. Oh, next, Rockies, Mets. Rockies on the road again. Mets at home again. The Rockies won their third game They have played 20 games on the road,
I
and
knew
they
that
won
was
their
gonna
third
happen.
game. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. It was too perfect. It was literally too perfect. The Rockies just won their third game on the road out of 20. They are officially 16-12 at home. And I know this off the top of my head. I swear to you, I do not have it anywhere. 16-12 at home, 3-17 on the road. And I am no statistician or historical document person. However, I'm pretty sure that's got to be some kind of record between a split between home and away. That has to be some kind of record. There's no way any team is that far above 500 at home and that far below 500 on the road for the past like 30 years. I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's rough, dude. That is really,
Mets
really
getting
bad.
heavily favored tonight rather than last night. They're minus 245 tonight, and the public is stacked on them. Probably stay away, but the Mets should win that, even though they are not good. Padres getting underdogged again against the Brewers. Last night they lost 5-3, 5-3. Padres also getting a little bit more public money, but it's because it's the Padres. I don't think they lose twice to the Brewers. However, they do have some key injuries. White Sox play the St. Louis Cardinals tonight, only getting minus 139. Sean is a lefty on the mound. Let's figure it out.
Oh,
I hope to
gosh,
God
I hope so.
there's a lefty
I hope
on the
so.
mound. Everyone hope there's a lefty on the mound for the Cardinals, so we can bet the White Sox
Gimme
tonight.
lefty. Gimme.
What do we got? Where is it? No, Jack Flaherty, righty. Son of a bitch.
Jeez. Come on now.
I just wanted to see some. That's all I wanted to see. All right,
Dang.
unfortunate. We might not be able to take the White Sox tonight.
Dang it.
They're not against a lefty. I'm sorry.
Dang it.
We'll look into that game further because I do like betting on the White Sox.
I
but
quit. I'm
no
outta
lefty on the
here,
mound.
dude. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm done. Screw baseball. If the White Sox aren't playing a lefty, I don't want to talk about it.
Show's over.
Rangers tonight at home.
Just kidding.
Mike Trout is still out, I believe. So interesting. 59% of tickets, 77% of money. I like taking the Rangers as underdogs. Whoa. Did we go to commercial? Oh, no commercial.
That was when I had the show's over.
Show's over. So yeah, Angels getting minus 150. Rangers are probably in a good spot to be underdogs. That's a good underdog spot for today. The Giants take on the Diamondbacks, getting a bunch of public money, but the Giants are a good team, getting minus 177. The Diamondbacks are a bad team. However, that's a big spread. Maybe the Giants minus 1.5. That might be worth a play. If you're a fan of the Giants, you're looking at the Giants today. The Giants minus 1.5 is probably a good spot. It is at plus 100 right now. Maybe a good spot for you. Blue Jays, Yankees. Yankees getting favorited minus 182 with 90% of the money. You know, most times I've seen Yankees favorited this season and getting all the money, they lose. So Blue Jays plus 155 could be a good spot today on the road against the Yankees. Let me look at the Yankees recently because I'm pretty sure they've been playing a lot better. Corey Kluber is on the mound. I would like to point out they are at home where they're 14-9 and they're 28-19 on the season. Toronto has lost their past 6 games, but had to play Tampa Bay 4 times in a row and got swept. And the Yankees have won their past 6 games, beating the Rangers 3 times and the White Sox 3 times. You have one team streaking, the other team not. Head-to-head this year, they've played 6 times.
Wow.
Toronto
already.
has won 4 of them. Every single time they were underdogged. The last time they won, Corey Kluber was on the mound and they won 5-4. And Corey Kluber's on the mound again tonight.
Interesting.
Think this is a good spot for Blue Jays, honestly. I
Right,
don't mind
Toronto.
taking the Blue Jays here. I like fading the Yankees, especially when they have 90% of public money. This could be a good one.
I think so.
Reds, Nationals. Nationals, and I've said this before, I don't understand why the Nationals would ever get minus 200. They're at minus 186 with 95% of the money. The Reds at plus 160, who are a better team than the Nationals. And I bet I know who's pitching, Sean. I bet it's Max Scherzer. It is Max Scherzer. Imagine that.
I can't. That's crazy talk. No.
Quit betting on baseball teams based off the starting pitcher. It doesn't work.
You can get a little bit of money if you start ignoring that.
It doesn't work. Please stop doing that. It doesn't work. I have said this every single day on the show when talking about MLB. Do not bet because of starting pitcher.
That is all.
Brought to you
The
by
Cincinnati Reds are
Hey,
20 and
fellas.
25. The Washington Nationals are 20 and 23. Max Scherzer's 4-2 on the mound. He's a good pitcher, a great pitcher, amazing pitcher. Bullpen, not so much. These teams have not played each other this year. I thought they had. I think this is a good spot for the Reds, with 95% being on the Nationals, only because Max Scherzer is pitching. Bats could fly. Bats could fly. That's all I have to say. However, the Nationals are good at home, do have Max Scherzer pitching. If you like Max Scherzer, maybe don't bet on the Reds. But I do see a trap game happening. Atlanta Braves versus the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox are the underdog at -107. Braves are favored at -112. Red Sox are at home and getting a little bit extra public money. Not much. Basically a 50-50 split. Let me check who's on the mound, even though it does not matter. Garrett Richards and Charlie Morton are going at it tonight. The Boston Red Sox are 13 and 12 on the road, 29 and 19 on the season. The Braves are 10 and 10 on the road, 23 and 24 on the season. I like this spot for the Red Sox. I feel like if the Red Sox are getting underdogged, they're a good spot. They're a pretty good team to be getting underdogged. They probably have some injuries, I'm going to guess. Just Chris Sale, really. But that's fine.
So
Who needs a good MLB player anyways, you know? I think the Red Sox are in a good spot tonight. I don't think the Braves are overly impressive. They have won their past 3, but it was against the Pirates. All 3 were against the Pirates. It's not that impressive. Boston has won 4 of their past 5. They just lost to Philly yesterday, or 2 days ago, sorry. But they return home after a 6-game away streak, and the Braves are on the road after a 7-game home streak. So really like the Red Sox here. I think that's very good value coming off an away stand, a road stand. Yeah, I like the Red Sox tonight. I feel like most times I bet on them, they don't win because I always bet on them against the Phillies, and they can never beat the Phillies for some reason. But at -107, getting sharp action, just slightly favored in the public. I like the Red Sox tonight at home. Last game, Mariners Athletics. I do believe the Mariners stole this one from them yesterday. I could be wrong. I did not bet that game because I said I love betting the Mariners because they're one of my favorite underdogs. They did win 4-2 yesterday at +165.
Nice.
I do like betting on the Mariners. They are a very good underdog team to take because they're always at huge plus money, and they're basically 500 on the season. I think they're 23 and 26 now, maybe 22 and 26. And again, the Athletics are getting favored -175, and the Mariners are +150. But the Athletics are getting 94% of public money. So I'm not telling you to bet on the Mariners tonight, but do not bet on the Athletics. It looks like a trap game could be coming. They could blow them out 9-0, but there are other better favorites to be betting on today that are not getting stacked on public money. Just throwing that out there. That's all the MLB.
Well,
I'm going to
that
quickly,
takes us
60 seconds, money line picks for all games today. 60 seconds. You ready?
all right.
Maple Leafs. Oh, wait. You got to time it. Ready?
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Go.
Maple Leafs, Canadians. I've got the Canadians. Predators, Hurricanes. I have the Hurricanes. Let's go to NBA. Mavs, Clippers. I got the Clippers. Suns, Lakers. I have the Suns. Celtics, Nets. I have the Nets. However, I can wait. The Nets public money went down. I still have the Nets. Let's go to MLB. MLB, running down the list. I have the Cubs beating the Pirates. I have the Rays beating the Royals. I have the Dodgers beating the Astros. I have the Phillies beating the Marlins. I have the Tigers beating the Indians. I have the Mets rolling over the Rockies. I have the Orioles upsetting the Twinkies. I'm a 50-50 coin toss on the Padres, Brewers, just Padres because they're a better team. I have the White Sox over the Cardinals. I have the Angels over the Rangers, Giants over the Diamondbacks. Blue Jays over the Yankees, Red Sox over the Braves, and Mariners over the Athletics. And then in the WNBA, I have the Mystics, the Sky, and the Sun.
Oh, wait, look at that. How about that stop, though?
Oh, damn, I'm good.
Jeez. All right.
And that wraps it up for the day. We are at noon.
The 60-second master.
The 60-second money line master. That wraps it up for the day.
Yeah, I think right here we'll take it out. Is this the vibe for the day? Is this the feel?
Hang
Mr.
on,
Kepka looking a little
Mr.
bit.
Kepka? Oh,
looking a little
Mr.
bit.
Kepka a little angry. If you missed the beginning of the show, Kepka and Bryson DeChambeau have a little beef.
Here, let me
As we saw. Yeah, just play the tape one more time.
I just want to do a slow motion replay
Of Bryson DeChambeau walking by and saying some shit to Brooks
because
Koepka.
he already had so little life in his eyes, and then
Yeah, he was already not feeling it. He just lost the tournament to Phil. He felt like he had a good chance of winning, and then Bryson DeChambeau had talked some shit.
Look, he's a little bit. He doesn't know what anyone else is saying about the putting, and then,
Wait for it.
something caught his attention that he didn't like. And his eyes are closed. Slight head shake. Looks to the side. Eyes closed again. Head shake. Looks around. He is unsettled. He's. Oh man.
Bryson DeChambeau is living
Head down.
rent-free in
Head
Brooks
down.
Koepka's head.
Looks back up. Eyes
Living
closed. Looking for something.
rent-free.
Sorry, bud. That's brutal.
Poor Brooks.
Wonder what he said.
I want to know. I want to know so bad. I want to know if it was a friendly jab or he just fucking mouthed
I
off.
think everyone's just saying that it was just DeChambeau talking about how well he did on the hole at the end. And I think that he was, I don't know if he's just really that salty or if that's just made up.
Yeah.
But
Before the interview even started, he looked very salty. So I wouldn't doubt it.
I know he's not the friendliest dude.
No, definitely not. He definitely has a little bit of an attitude, a little sass problem. But
A little bit of a.
hey, we like it though. It's golf. Come on, show some character,
Yeah,
show
let's
some
do it,
emotion. Let's
whatever.
see it. All right, fellas.
Sure, man. Have fun.
We are
with it.
past noon. It is 12:06 on Tuesday, May 25th. Go to heyfellas.co. Go make a free account. Go check out the results.
Hey.
We are killing it. The WNBA is 9-1 in VIP. It's less than $1 a day. It's $25 a month for all of our fucking picks. We are killing it. Up 16 units in April. I think we're up a couple in May. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but we have a hot hand in the WNBA, baby. Hot hand 9-1.
And
Even
if you
if
want
you
any of this
don't-
hot merch, go to heyfellas.com.
And if you don't want to sign up, if you don't want to pay, follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter, giving away free plays every day.
Look, man, we're not stealing your information. Just make a free
We're not
account.
stealing your information.
Hang out.
Go
We'll
hang
probably-
out. Go write something on the forum. Go be part of the community. Go be part of the fellas community. It's a good community. We've built a good community so far. If you want to really be part of the community, buy VIP because those guys are legends.
It's the boys.
Shout out for our 3rd yearly subscription. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for believing in us. Yeah, I think that's it. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, 10 to 12. As always, Monday through Friday, we'll be here with news, with bets. Heyfellas.co. Heyfellas.co.
Heyfellas.co.
Heyfellas.co.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.